Okay, so I'm making this quick guide on Meal High Club. There was a commenter, Toy Soldier 46552. The channel is Anthony E. Idealistic Woodworks. They were looking for help on Meal High Club, so I went back and dived back into it. And let me tell you, this level is very hard to get 100%. I am at 78% for my highest score, and there are only a few optimization tricks I have left. So I'm not entirely sure if 100% is possible. But why don't we get into it? I'm gonna have to run the level multiple times if it fails for some weird reason. There's some RNG, but I have 4 production lines for each of the meals here. We got Heartstopper, Helicopter, Jet Age, and Not So Unhealthy. Before I begin, I am using teleporters. I think I can save some power by removing the rest, but I'll figure that out later. I'll go over some general optimization tricks I'm using, which might explain why I have like high-speed dispensers and advanced assemblers. Basically how the scoring works is it takes a look at the power used and the ingredients used, and based on how much lower it is than whatever they give you, that's your efficiency rating. So some levels I feel like are literally impossible to score 100%. I'm not sure yet because I haven't looked through all the levels in detail, but the hard part is the ingredient usage. It's hard to lower that and meet all the orders. So what you have to do is lower the power usage as much as possible. And the way the game scores power is a little weird in that if you use, it's a little counterintuitive, but if you use the fastest possible module like a dispenser or a long arm, the faster it runs, the less power it actually uses, because it calculates power based on how long the item is on for, which is again really weird. But if you use a high-speed dispenser or a long arm, it will use less power. And if you have arms only rotate 90 degrees, it will also use less power. There's other things you can do, like reducing the conveyor belt speed to 1 if it doesn't need to move anywhere. You can also do tricks like use the order readers to only set the fryers and grills on for a certain amount of time. I can tweak that further. You can also experiment with setting things to high speed or low speed and see if that increases your power efficiency. So I've done as much as I can. There's some tricks I can do to reduce the number of dispensers and conveyor belts and arms, but I tried that for a different build and it didn't work, so I'm just using this right now. So this might help you guys get an idea. So here, I'll just go over as best as I can. It's gonna take a while, but here it is. So here I set everything to 5 seconds. It seems to be the best. Now when you tweak the speed, you would think faster is better, but sometimes it'll be too fast and then your ingredient usage will go up. So I have to tweak this manually by taking a look. One other thing you can do is if you observe the orders coming out, it's a little bit weird, but sometimes it may be different. But based on which save file you load, the order of the orders will be the same. So I've written down on a piece of paper, and I've noticed that the restaurant side only has roughly 13 or 14 orders, and roughly speaking, based on the save file I loaded, we have 4 helicopter orders, 5 jet meals, and then only 2 Heartstopper meals and 3 not so unhealthy meals. So I was messing around with not fulfilling orders for the restaurant side, but for some weird reason that reduced my ingredient score. So I'm gonna toy around with that because that's a trick I use for other levels. So you can write down the list of orders and see if it's the same, and I think it's locked to your save file. I'm not sure, because when I ran it a couple other times it was random. Let's go back in here. Okay, bacon strips, we got raw patty set to 2 because I need 2 of them, so I can get 2 patties out in 5 seconds. You can tweak this to 3 if you want. It's going on to a belt set to 1 to save power. And then here, we can look here, I set almost every arm to only turn 90 degrees. So we got a regular arm picking it up, putting it onto a grill. And then we got smart arms picking up the cooked patty and then the crispy bacon strips onto a conveyor belt. And then we got here the burger buns set to 5 coming out, and it goes over to here. This belt is set to 1 because it doesn't need to move. And then this arm will grab everything and then put it into the assembler. So I have it set to left. You can put in orders here on the full bottom rectangle. If you imagine it here, you can put it in this way. You don't have to put it in from underneath. Same thing when you're taking food out. I actually use that over here. It depends on which side you're putting the dishes out, but you can grab it like that. So it might help you format your build a little bit better. Okay, and then we got here a potato going through the food processor. Wait, no, cheese, sorry, cheese. I was like, that's not a potato, that goes into the fryer. This is the potato, set to 5 seconds, goes to the food processor. This arm grabs it, puts it in the fryer. This arm grabs it. You got set to fry potato wedges. And then goes into the packaging machine to make fries. And this will combine it with the burger to make the Heartstopper meal. And here, I'm doing a couple of things here. So this belt is set to 1. And then these here are set to 1 because it's actually cheaper in terms of power to use arms rather than a chain of conveyor belts. And so the cost does not affect your score. It does not affect your score at all. You can go all the way up to 400,000 and you won't get a higher score if you put it lower. So you can use all the money you want. It's fine. So this long arm picks it up, drops it off here. This arm picks it up and drops it over here. And just goes in. This one goes into the teleporter. Now, I divvy up. This side's the restaurant. That's the takeout side. This is the restaurant side. I have an order reader set for this restaurant, Heartstopper, and it'll make the arm move once per order. Same thing here. The reason why is, let's say I don't use an order reader for one arm, it'll just keep grabbing orders. Let's say I have 2 orders going out to take out, and it grabs one, and it's too slow to grab the other one. This arm will just grab the thing and put it into that side, and that will hurt your efficiency rating. So there might be a better way to do this. I'm going to go back and revisit it, but that's what I'm using for now. I also had an idea where you have a long belt down the middle here, and then you have arms based on where the orders are coming from, and you can have them kind of sort and grab it, but there's problems with that. Also, okay, here, it's kind of annoying, but here we got storage tanks for barbecue sauce and a hot sauce here. I don't think the initial load matters too much. I'm gonna go back and check if I can reduce my, maybe, I don't know if it affects your ingredient score, I'm not sure. Let's connect it to a pump, this default setting for the pump. Oh, never mind, I changed it. 40 here and 10 here. Going into a mixer to make spicy barbecue sauce, and that's being 55 pumped out to the advanced assembler. I think this is from my older build, but I'll tweak those settings later. Okay, we got tomato here set to 4, cheese set to 4, burger bun set to 4, lettuce set to 4, raw patty set to 4. The reason why I set to 4 was I noticed that the helicopter meal had trouble finishing, so I was like, maybe if I speed up just a tad, it might help. And I think it does, but sometimes you might still fail, so just rerun the level. You have order readers to set everything to 1. I also have electrical on while pending. You can tweak the time. I go back and manually check what time is optimal. There's no science to this because you don't know when the orders are coming in, and when they get backed up, you have to be like, oh, what is the longest amount of time I need, and that is your setting. But I have an on while orders pending for now. If I have any space left, I always attach it to like a Frymatic or the grill to save some power. Everything's set to 1 here. This one is on while orders pending. So we got the tomato and the cheese coming out being sliced. And then we have the burger bun and the lettuce coming in here. This one I can actually reduce, not this one, one of the other ones. I can reduce the tomato dispenser and the lettuce dispenser because I can just grab it before it's sliced. That's in a new build I had, but that one was trash, so it's gone. As we got a long arm picking it up, putting it into the advanced assembler. And then here we got the burger patty going out into a regular arm. Again, only right angles. Going into a grill, and it's being picked up by the smart arm and dumped into here. The sauce is being pumped in. And here we're grabbing it from this side because we have the fries being made up here. Again, dispenser going in, set to 4. Processor, dumb arm grabbing it into the Frymatic. Everything's set to normal. We got fried potato wedges coming out. Again, right angles. Into the packager for fries, and the meal comes out. Same thing here. We got a teleporter for the takeout side, and we got a series of arms grabbing it here. So it puts it onto this belt, which is set to 1. This long arm grabs it and drops it off here. Same thing, restaurant side, helicopter meal, arm activates one time. Same thing here. Also, I have it connected to teleporters and on while order is pending. I can tweak it to reduce the amount of time the teleporter is on, but again, it's very hard to figure out just by looking at it. You have to run it over multiple times, get an eyeball, and then figure out a time. Okay. Here is the jet age meal, and same thing here. It looks like a little confusing because this is how I had to build it to make sure the arms only turn at right angles. I'll show you my older build. It looks a lot cleaner. See which save file was it on. Number 5. Okay. So we got salad dressing, and the pump was set to maximum because I think you need 100 milliliters per salad. It's going into the advanced assembler. We got bread coming out at 5. It's being picked up, put onto the grill. The toasted bread is coming out here. We got the lettuce, carrots, and mushrooms going into the food processor, being picked up by a regular arm and put into the assembler. We have everything set to 1 for the order reader. Same thing here, and I connected to the fryer to make sure it's on while the order is pending. Again, I can set it to a lower time to save more power, so I'm gonna tweak that later. We got bread and the egg coming in and the chicken being shredded, and then it's going to be put into a regular assembler to make breaded chicken pieces. It's coming out here and then being put into the fryer, and then this is being picked up by a smart arm, put it into another assembler with the hot sauce coming in. It says initial load of 30. I'm gonna play around with those values here, and then pipe is 25. Being piped in here. This is being picked up on this side. This is being picked up on this side. Put into here. Coming out of the packager for jet age meal, and same thing. So this belt is set to 1. This long arm will grab it, set to 2, deposit it here, and then this arm will grab it and drop it off here. This is 180, so I can reduce more more power here if I make it turn 90. I'll have to figure it out later. Okay, same thing. So restaurant, jet age, perform 1 time. Teleporter's on while order is pending. This one is just for the arm there to take, move it there. My goodness. Alright, here we have the not so unhealthy meal, and this is where I think I can... Was it this one? Yeah, this is where I can save a dispenser for the tomato and the lettuce. If you put it into one line and have arms grab it, then you will be able to save a dispenser for the lettuce and the tomato. You do have to set the conveyor belt to speed 2. 3 is a little too fast, and you do need long arms to grab it because you also need order readers to make sure that arms activate the proper amount of times. Anyways, we got lettuce here 5, it's all default, tomato 5, and carrots 5 going into a normal belt processed and then dumped here into this assembler to make the side salad. Here we got the bacon, and I have bread set to 2 and a high-speed dispenser because I need 2 of them. A regular dumb arm putting it onto the grill, and then we got 2 arms picking up toasted bread and crispy bacon. Let's put into this belt, which is set to 1, and then a long arm picking it up and putting it into the assembler to make a BLT. We have the tomato coming in through here, and then the lettuce coming in through here. This belt set to 1, regular arm picking it up. Put into the packager to make the not so unhealthy meal. Same thing here. This belt set to 1. We got this arm dropping it off of here. This arm picks it up, puts it into here, and then this long arm picks it up and puts it there. So again, if I can figure out how to make this cleaner, which wouldn't be too difficult, I just have to move this around. If I can reduce it to 1 long arm, I get rid of 2 arms and 2 conveyor belts, so I save more power there. And this one's set to the teleporter here. Again, same thing, restaurant, not so unhealthy meal, and then arm and teleporter. On while order is pending, I can tweak the teleporter times, and this one's just for the arm. Alright, we went through it. Hopefully I got everything. We're gonna start it, and hopefully I don't run into that RNG issue of the 1 helicopter meal failing and then my efficiency rating tanking down to like 59 or whatever it was. Okay. So again, your main goal is to reduce power usage as much as possible. And And if you have the money for the build, use high-speed dispensers, use long arms, and use advanced assemblers, and make sure the arms only rotate 90 degrees. Set the conveyor belt to 1 when you don't need it to move anywhere. And also, don't make long conveyor belt lines, just use arms if possible. Again, I'm not sure how you can reduce the ingredient score lower than what you can get. I don't know how to do that. Yeah, a couple ideas though. I can try reducing this line further, just using 1 tomato dispenser and 1 lettuce. That would use up more arms, but I think that'd be savings in power. Let's see, I just have to make sure I know how the copper meals fail. Yeah, there we go, 70%. I got 352 ingredients used. I think this is the best I can do for now. And then 6,945 watt hours. I have to lower this considerably to get 100%. So I'm not sure what else I can do to make it go up by 12%. Like every tweak I do, I get like a 2% increase. And yeah, I don't know, man. I'm gonna go back and mess around with it a little bit, but it's gonna take some more time. So if I hit 100%, I'll upload that. But for now, hope this helps. Thank you for leaving a comment on my video. I tried my best to make a build that was as efficient as possible. I'm gonna load up my other build that gets a lower score that's a lot cleaner and easier to follow. So that is save file number 5. And this is where I started. So as you can see, this is very inefficient. This was my original build. And yeah, so it's very easy to follow. Each production line is separated. It's vertically oriented. There's 2 teleporters for each side. This is very inefficient. But yeah, this is the same build that I condensed down into something more efficient, into this monstrosity. Okay, well, hope that helps. That's gonna be it. Catch you guys next time. The reason why I quit this game is it gets freaking it gets impossible in the bigger levels, dude. Anyways, this game gives me PTSD. I'll be back though. I'll try to get 100%. All right, catch you guys next time.